Before I continue on with this video, I'm going to admit something that I haven't really admitted to myself for a very long time, and that's I have more sympathy and empathy that I am willing to admit to myself and others. And I'm not really going to get too deep into that in this video. I'll probably make a video about that later when I feel like it. But anyways, as we can see the title of the video, this video is about empaths. And if you don't know what an empath is, basically it's a person who, quote unquote, has, how do I say, a deep connection to how people feel internally. Basically a creepy or a really performative version of empathy. Empathy, if you don't know, or which most of you people lack, let's not lie to ourselves. Some of you are pretty scummy people, but I can't really be talking because I made a video on how I blew up the fucking bathroom. So 50-50. But anyways, basically, like I said, empathy is basically you can like understand why people do the actions that they do. You don't justify it, obviously not, but like you could see why they did that. Like, for example, let's say you are like getting bullied, something that I have experienced for most of my life, all the way up until 7th grade when I moved to another middle school. But I don't really think that really counts since I moved and the bullying just automatically stopped since I moved. But that's besides the point. Let's say you're getting bullied, and instead of like, hating that person, you can just think like, oh, he's probably bullying me because, home life probably sucks ass and etc. and everything else, which, yeah, like I said, you didn't justify the person's mistreatment of you. You just understood why they did it. And that's the difference between actual empathy and quote unquote being an empath. Like an empath would look at a video on social media and say, wow, guys, this is so messed up. I'm such an empath. I'm such a good person. I know how they're feeling, even though they don't really have utter full context of the video. And they just saying this just to like seem like a good person or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is like being a good person isn't bad, but like it gets to a point where you're just saying this just to seem good, like you're kissing your own ass. And granted, it's funny, but at the same time, it's pretty fucking annoying because like, bro, we get it. You're a quote unquote good person and you get your little golden star. And I have some examples of these that I'm going to show. So, yeah, Jesus Christ, this was a long-ass intro, dude. We're at the 3-minute mark now. Damn.
I'm an empath. What does that mean? Basically, it means I have the same level of empathy as your average person, but I invented a cute little word to center myself and make myself feel better than everyone else.
That's a pretty nice segue to my next point. Yeah, I have a feeling that people who call themselves quote-unquote empaths are low-key kind of narcissistic. And I know that word gets thrown around as well. Another word that gets thrown around as well. You guys really don't know what words actually mean. And I know I sound very pretentious as fuck in this video. And I'm going to be blunt, guys. I'm not the smartest dude in the world, bro. I'm not smart at all. I skipped hella classes in high school, bro. I'm a dumbass too. But like I can point out where someone is being genuine and when someone is just doing a certain act just to look good. Anyways, back to the empaths are low-key narcissist point. I have a feeling they do this because they just want to seem liked. And there's nothing wrong with being liked. Like, as people, I think everybody wants to be liked. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, bro. There's nothing inherently wrong about it. But, like, it makes it seem like you're just doing it because you're self-absorbed. And to be honest, nobody really likes a self-absorbed person. I sure as hell don't. I actually really don't like those types of people. I don't know. They rub me off the wrong way. It's like, ew, bro. And like I said, being empathetic, like actual empathy, people can pick up on that pretty quickly. Like I said in the first half of the video, I'm way more of a sympathetic and empathetic person that I tend to admit. And that's not to say, yeah, guys, I'm a good person. You should suck my dick right now. No, no, no. No, I would rather have you not do that because being genuine matters most above anything else. And, well, I guess I do have an example of this happening IRL, and this was all the way back in the middle school. All right, so for context, back in middle school, I wasn't really the best student. I was kind of a douchebag, low key. I would just, skip class and cheat on test. Basically, what I did in high school, but it was turned up to 11. So basically, a genuine asshole. Not really a genuine asshole, but like, middle school. Everybody in middle school is an asshole, but that's besides the point. And in class, in my math class, there was this girl who was, basically the quote unquote perfect student. And she was like, hundreds. She was quote unquote nice with everybody. She got along with everyone. And one afternoon, when I had detention for skipping class, one of her friends was in this class, and she randomly came up to me and talked to me and like, hey, such and such isn't really the type of person she portrays herself to be. And I was like, okay, why are you telling me this? Because it was very unprovoked, and low key, she kind of knew me as the troublemaker who would, go around getting in trouble, But anyways, yeah, she would say, yeah, such and such would, always be talking bad behind people's backs and et cetera. And at the time, to me, this was like, yo, I low-key hate her. I could low-key expose her, which I didn't because I guess a part of me didn't really care because I was focused on getting home and I already had detention and I had other stuff to worry about. But like, yeah, as soon as I got home that day after that little conversation, I was like, how do you fake being nice? That didn't really register well to me. I was like confused as hell. I was like, people can fake being. Obviously, I knew liars and, liars and pieces of shit existed, but like to the degree that this girl did in our school was crazy because the teachers and et cetera, everybody, and I mean everybody, faculty and staff liked this kid. And I was like, wow, that is very crazy. Obviously, I didn't really have much conversation with this said girl because all we would do is just avoid each other because we didn't really like each other. I thought she was performing something, and turns out I was right. And I guess a part of me didn't want to seem right because genuine good people are genuinely hard to come across. But not to sound preachy for this video because I like to keep my content very quick, simple, and to the point. What you've gathered from this video is that empaths are low-key narcissist, and you should rather just be a normal person who makes mistakes rather than something you're not. That's what I feel like empaths struggle with, because if they're their genuine selves, I guess they fear the rejection that it comes with being genuine. Like, I guess they fear being ostracized and whatnot. And all I have to say to that is that, who cares, bro? You might as well just make mistakes and try to be good than pretend to be good. So, yeah, I did not expect this video to be so preachy and so long. And, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Happy 4th of July, and be safe, enjoy the fireworks, and try not to blow up any bathrooms like how I did.